Before the events of Kingdom Hearts 2, there is another story to be told. A different story from our main protagonist Sora. This story is about another boy named Roxas in the Kingdom Hearts title 358 Days Over 2. If by the end of the video it will or will not be clear why this title is so weird, I will elaborate then, so stick around for the answer. The game begins when Roxas is born. Right at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, when Sora had turned into a Heartless, his nobody took shape and was found by Xemnas, Xehanort's nobody, Organization XIII's leader. Roxas was found in Twilight Town, and it was on his first day that he received his name and his title as number 13. But the actual story begins on the 7th day, the day Organization XIII received its 14th member, number 14, Xion. The next day, Roxas received his first ever mission and completed it together with Axel. And instead of returning to the castle, the two of them went for ice cream and sat upon the clock tower in Twilight Town. The icing on the cake is what Axel called it. Here they would hang out every time the two of them had completed their missions. In the next few days, Roxas had teamed up with Marluxia, Larxene, Zexion, Vexen, and Lexius. They all taught him about fighting, self-defense, and his purpose in the organization. Because Roxas is the only one that can wield a Keyblade, he is vital to the organization. Marluxia had explained that they are all nobodies, that they don't have hearts, and the Keyblade is the only weapon that can extract hearts from Heartless, releasing them to Kingdom Hearts. Once Kingdom Hearts is complete, they could all receive a heart and be whole again. This was the organization's goal, to exist once more. A week later, from their first ice cream, Axel informed Roxas that he is going to Castle Oblivion with a few more members for an important mission. From that day forward, instead of Axel, Xion accompanied Roxas on his missions. And one day, the two of them faced a dark side and Roxas lost his footing, but Xion took hold of the Keyblade and took out the giant Heartless for him. Having saved his life, Roxas invites Xion up for the icing of the cake. He invites her up to the clock tower for ice cream and said they should do it again when Axel returns. But the next day, Roxas received word that everyone who was sent to Castle Oblivion had been terminated, including Axel, said Cyax. Upon this news, Roxas fell into a coma for weeks. Lucky for the organization that Xion obtained the ability to wield the Keyblade to continue Roxas' work. Xion went to visit Roxas a couple of times until he woke up a couple of weeks later. He had to continue his missions instantly, but on his own. Then, after a mission, Axel showed his face once more, and Roxas was surprised to see him. He thought everyone was annihilated, but they just went for ice cream on the top of the tower as always. Roxas told Axel he wanted to bring Xion with them from now on. It had been a couple of weeks since Axel returned and hadn't reported in. Cyax confronted him about this, but Axel did just as he instructed him to. He disposed of everyone that was sent to Castle Oblivion. Cyax wanted an update on Xion as it seemed that both of them have gotten pretty close. But Axel knows better than to rat on his friends. Cyax informs Axel about him having to go back to Castle Oblivion, as that place still holds secrets. There's a room that has yet to be found. A room that Xemnas specifically needs to have found. Castle Oblivion is also the birthplace of Xion and Naminé alike, so Axel is the perfect candidate for the job. While Roxas was on a mission, it was only Axel and Xion atop the clock tower this time. Xion started to tell Axel about memories she has, that watching the sunset reminds her of watching it with someone else, or hearing the beach when she visits it. She used to not have any memories at all from her real self, but she did have them at these specific places, wondering what it meant. One day, Xion was sent on a mission to uncover someone who was a spy, dressed as the organization. That person was none other than Riku. They ultimately fought each other and Xion ended up losing. Riku called her a sham, but she refuses to acknowledge this fact. This loss strained Xion down for days to come, losing her cheer as well. Roxas will try to cheer her up by doing missions together, but when she was sent on a mission alone, Xion failed once more and fell into a slumber. Cyax says she is a failure and does not belong in the organization, but Roxas still looks out for her, like she did for him when he was in a slumber. A couple of weeks passed and Xion suddenly woke up, with Roxas being there watching over her. She decided to tag along with him on his mission, but she collapsed on the way. She started to remember things about Sora, when he sacrificed himself for Kairi and made the promise to bring back the charm. Axel helped Xion back to the castle, even if Cyax disapproved. This was a big bummer for Cyax, but Axel couldn't care less. The three of them, Xion, Roxas and Axel are best friends after all. When Xion was back up on her feet, she discovered Sykes' computer and found out about Castle Oblivion. Xion then visited the castle because she is remembering things when she was human. That happened here in the castle. Axel tries to send her back home, but Xion needs to press on. She has to know. Afterward, Roxas is waiting for both Axel and Xion atop the clock tower. It's been 255 days by now since he joined the organization. In that time, he made his 3 best friends. But why is Xion taking so long to arrive today? But Axel knew why. The very next day, Xemnas had informed the organization about Xion's disappearance and ordered not to pursue her. Days, even a couple of weeks pass that Roxas sits on top of the clock tower alone. No Axel, no Xion. Meanwhile, Riku found himself speaking to Naminé, who informed him about Xion, who she really is. At this very moment, Naminé is putting Sora's memories back together, but there is one problem. Memories of Sora have gone missing. They have been leaking off of Roxas into someone else, into Xion. She exists solely because of Sora's missing memories. At first, she had a blank face, but due to the memories, it started to take form. But now, Xion must be terminated so the memories could get back to Sora. Because if this does not happen, Sora will not be remembered by anyone. This is why Riku said that Xion is a sham. She isn't supposed to be. Xion was found by Riku on Destiny Islands. He informed her about what is happening with Sora at the moment, that he needs to have his memories back in order to wake up again. Xion realizes he's right but got some time to make the correct decision and spent more time with her friends. But that time was running short. Sora needed to regain his memories before it's too late, and Riku knows what to do. When Axel got confronted by Sykes again, he too said that it was necessary to happen. They only needed one Keyblade wielder, but when Axel went to fetch Xion, she asked him to take care of Roxas when she leaves. This obviously made Roxas very angry. Axel tried to explain to him that Xion was only a puppet, created to mimic Roxas' strength. If she is not terminated, Roxas will cease to exist. She already doesn't look like herself anymore when Axel looked at her. With Xion gone, Roxas had so many questions like where he originated from, why he could wield the Keyblade, but Axel didn't want to share this information with him. The truth doesn't always work out for the best, so Roxas decides to turn on the organization. Even if it means they will destroy him, Roxas thinks no one would miss him, but Axel would. Xion made her way to Naminé, who explained to her what Xion is. She is Kairi, the way Sora remembers her. And if Naminé were to put those memories back, no one will be able to remember Xion. She knows this and still wishes to get Sora's memories back to him. Xion asked Naminé to take care of Roxas, just as she asked this of Axel. It was also him who found her at the mansion. No matter how many times she went running, Axel will always be there to bring her back. When Axel brought her back, Xion made her way to the clock tower for the last time to see Roxas. She says her time is almost up. Roxas had poured so many memories into her that her appearance had changed. She started to look like Sora, which means it's time for her to disappear and get back to Sora's memories. When she started to fade, Roxas already started to forget who Xion was. But he would always cherish the moments he had ice cream with her, forever. On the last day, the 358th day, Roxas set out to destroy Kingdom Hearts so Xion could come back and the 3 of them could be back together again. But he was stopped by Riku, who wanted to return Roxas to Sora too, so he would wake up. That same moment when Riku surrendered himself to the darkness to retrieve Roxas. Together with this, they wiped Roxas' memories and made him believe he only had 6 days left of summer vacation. This completed the story of 358 Days Over 2. Now, why was this title so weird? Well, Roxas spent his 358 days together with Xion. The 2 of them are basically the same person. The 2 of them are basically Sora. So, the 358 days were lived by 2 people. 358 days over 2. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Grand Tour. Leave a like, comment and subscribe for more Kingdom Hearts videos. And I will catch you in the next.
When you walk away, you don't hear me.